welcome everybody. This is the Black Art and Culture Podcast with Scott Terry, the special quarantine edition. And, I'm excited to have this guest today with us, brother by the name of Christopher Clark. Christopher Clark is out of Jacksonville, Florida, right, Christopher?
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida.
Yeah, Jacksonville, Florida. So I'm excited to have Chris as a guest on the show here today. And as you know, with the Black Art and Culture podcast, we talk about all things art. We talk about all things Black culture and Black art, and just everything in between. So thank you for joining us today, Christopher.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Now, do you go by Chris or Christopher, or what do you prefer?
Yeah, my grandma's the only person who calls me Christopher.
Okay, all right. So Chris,
call me Chris.
Chris, it is then. All right, we got you, brother. So, Chris, man, I'm excited to have you on the show, man. I've been, we're relatively new in terms of you and I interacting with each other. You know what I mean? And but when I reached out to you to see if you would be interested in showing in the gallery, you really jumped on board. So I want to say, thank you for doing that. And, I'm looking forward to, doing more. And I'm excited about that. So why don't you tell us a little bit about, how did you get started? How did you get started in your craft as an artist? Where does it begin?
It begins all the way at the beginning. Like, I've been doing art probably since I could hold a pencil or a crayon. It really took off around 2014. That's when I got serious about it. I used to do music as well. I still do music, but I took like a little break on it. I was trying to juggle both music and art, and I wasn't getting anything done, so I had to pick one to focus on. So I chose the art. I felt like the art scene here in Jacksonville was a lot better than the music scene. So around 2014, I decided to get serious about it. And 2016, that's when I resigned from the last real job I've had. And I just embarked on this art journey. I just wanted to see where it would take me and stuff. I've done a whole lot of things that I didn't even plan to do. Yeah.
So talk a little bit about, that's like, as an artist, that's kind of a common theme. We have sort of like a day job that we grind, but that's not really our passion. Our passion is what we do outside of the day job. So what made you just take that leap, man? What was the thing?
I don't know. Every job I've been at, people always ask me what do you why you work here? You could be working for Disney, or you could be doing this or doing that. And so I finally decided to take a chance on myself and to believe in myself, and I just wanted to see if I could do it. I know I could do a 9 to 5. Let me see, can I do this art thing? And if not, I can always go back to the 9 to 5. So
you can always go back.
Tried that.
Yeah. So,
and I've been trying it ever since.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. So that was long story short, that was a good decision there on your part then, right?
Yeah. It paid off. It's paying off.
Right on. So, I've been really following what you've been doing, man. You're doing some phenomenal stuff, man. And, your style is everyone has their thing, right? And your style is very unique too. So talk about, what's your style, or, how do you get to that?
I don't know. That's something I've been working on. I think every artist works on for probably their whole career, trying to figure out what their style is. I know, for other people viewing my art, it's easy for them to see my style, but as the artist, I kind of don't really see it that much. So, in my mind, I don't really have a style. I'm still working towards figuring it out. But I know to everybody else, there's something distinctive about my work that when they see it, they know it's me.
Yeah. So you feel like you still working and developing your style?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that's like an ongoing journey, right? Do you feel like is that like a destination you want to get to, or is that something that you okay with, developing as you're going along?
Oh yeah, I'm still exploring. I like to try different things and different techniques and mixed techniques and mediums. So I'm always experimenting.
Yeah, that's what's up. So that's actually a good segue into my next little discussion I want to talk to you about. And I've seen you making a transition from acrylics to oils.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that. And how's the experience been with that?
Well, it's just something I've always wanted to try. I like the smoothness of oils. I'm not really into like realism art, but I like the way you can really like blend the skin tones and stuff with oil paint. So that's one of the main reasons I wanted to try it. I also like the thickness of it, how you can get those textures and brush strokes.
Yeah.
You know, and so I try to create that appearance with acrylic paint, which you know acrylic dries flat.
Right.
You have to put like a medium with it or something like that. And so yeah, I really just like the texture of the paint. So I've been experimenting with the oils, and I still like acrylics more.
Okay. So
Yeah.
why you like acrylics more? Is it just kind of what you're used to, or you just or what? You know. What
Yeah, I'm kind of like an impatient artist.
Okay.
I can't wait for the oils to dry too long, or I'll get bored with the piece.
I got you. That's what's up, man. So you had you did a portrait in the oil, right? Wasn't it a portrait that you did of someone in Jacksonville, I believe?
Oh yeah. Bus operators here.
Okay, you want to talk about that piece?
Yeah, so that piece came about. Did you see the mural I was working on?
I did. We're gonna get to that. Yeah.
Yeah, so I was out there working on the mural one day, and like whenever anybody would come up, like to look at the mural, you know, I was up in the lift, so I would normally come down and engage the people and tell them about what's going on about the project. And so I was working one day, and I saw a bus creeping up. And the bus kind of stopped like right in the middle of the road, and the driver got out. So I got down out of the lift, and I went over to talk to her and tell her about the project. Like the first thing she says, like, "You gotta put me up there on that wall." Like, I needed all my riders to see that whenever I pass by. I was like,
cool.
I can't put you on the wall. I might paint you one day. And I went home that day and I shared that story because she had me take pictures of her and all.
Oh yeah, like right on the spot, like right there.
Yeah, she was ready to be up on the wall. And so I got home that day and I made a Facebook post about it. And one of my friends on Facebook happened to know her and tagged her in the post. And so everybody was like, "Yeah, you really got to paint her now." And so fast forward to probably about last month, maybe a month or two ago, I got a call to do a commission for the new JTA facility, which is the Jacksonville Transportation Authority.
Okay.
It just opened up this really nice facility, and they were commissioning local artists to do work to have up in the facility for like 6 months. I guess they were gonna switch it out after 6 months. But I got a lot of work here in my studio, but I wanted to create something specifically for that. So I thought of the bus driver I met. So I was like, I'm gonna do a portrait of her, and that way, like her riders would be able to see it, and then it'll be like in the home of like
home office.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I did that, and I actually just dropped it off last week, or was it earlier this week? But I got an email from those people saying that it was a good thing that I painted her because a few years ago she saved 2 of her passengers' lives, and so now they want to create a plaque put up under these. So it's probably going to be permanently instead of just for the 6 months.
Wow.
So everything worked out.
Wow, that's what's up, man. You know, isn't it amazing how things work out? You know, you never know what things can do, what things can happen. You know. So that's cool, man. So when we get done with this recording, we're gonna definitely share those pictures of the portrait and of course the mural, which me and a ton of other people have been following you during your journey through your pictures, man. So I just want to commend you for being in that hot Florida sun.
Yeah.
On that lift, just grinding that painting out. I got to thinking like, You know, I just got to thinking like how, you know, sometimes that can be excruciating. You know, even though I've never done that, I've never done a big mural like that, but I know in that Florida heat, you know, and
No play.
just frying you. So talk about that, man. How did that come about?
Yeah, so I've been doing murals probably since like 2018. So I'm kind of still new to them. I've done probably about 15 maybe. The artist who facilitated that, she's a local artist here, and she does murals like everywhere, all over town. She does a lot with kids at different schools, mostly Title I schools, schools that don't really have art programs. She does art with the kids. But she put together this group of local artists for this project. And so we all came together. It's a neighborhood called Arlington, and it's one of the arts and culture deserts here. So we just wanted to do our part to bring some art to like the side of town with not that much art.
Yeah.
Like our downtown areas and a few of the other areas, you see a lot of art popping up now. So we're just trying to spread it throughout the whole city.
That's what's up, man. That was beautiful, man. So do you feel like, you know, the Jacksonville art scene is, you know, is coming up, or, you know, how do you feel about that?
Yeah. Let's see, we moved here probably maybe about 8 years ago now, and since then it's been steadily rising. It still has a long way to go compared to other places in Florida and just other cities, you know, around the states, but it's coming up.
So the mural, how big was the mural?
Dang, that mural was like, I think it was about 34 feet tall.
Wow.
I'm not sure how wide it was, but
wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty big. Was that the biggest one you've done?
Oh yeah. First time in the lift.
Okay, so talk about some of the challenges. What was a challenge for you with that?
With the mural?
With the mural, yeah.
Yeah, like you said, just mostly working in that Florida sun. Using a lift for the first time and just experiencing the wind up that high.
Sure.
And yeah, I mean, believe it or not, like I actually find it easier to paint big like that versus like painting on the canvas. I don't know why. It seems a little clear. Like you see everything more clear.
You see it more clear.
Yeah.
Wow, well, that's interesting. I would think like the exact opposite. So that's a good segue into my next question. So like you talk about, you know, proportion and scale. You know, do you have a method for doing that on site, or how do you plan that? How do you prep that? What do you do?
Yeah, my method is unorthodox. Most muralists, they'll do like some sort of grid system.
Okay.
Where it's like the grids with the lines, or either you've probably seen like the squiggly grid. It's like Scrabble. And then with that, they take a picture of the wall, and they use an app on the phone to overlay their drawing onto the wall in the app on the phone. And when they're up there painting, they're trying to match like to the squiggles. Like I know the nose is on this squiggle, the side of it here. Now what I do is a little bit different and probably more risky. I just freehand it most of the time. So I just go up to the wall and I just put it on.
You start working. That's what's up.
Most people try to stay away from that just so they can get the correct proportions and all that stuff. But
yeah,
I don't know. It's a little time consuming in me to do the grid, so I put it up.
Yeah, but you spoke about that earlier. You want to get it cracking, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. That's interesting, man. Everyone's got their own little style and way of doing things, man. That's cool, man. So we're gonna definitely post a lot of pictures up of that mural. And you know, one of the things I like about that mural is that all of the other artists, all their pieces are, you know, they're like exact opposites of one another, right?
Yeah.
And that's what makes it so beautiful. It's really awesome.
Yeah.
You got different styles, the color schemes, the themes are different, you know, the content is different, but it's all like one big piece, you know.
Yeah.
It would be nice to get that. I don't know if you guys have done this, but get a nice photo of all of them, and then make a poster out of that as one piece. You know.
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah, that would be dope, and then like have everybody sign it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be dope. Something to think about, man. All right, cool. So talk about a little bit about your, you know, your influence, your artistic and creative influences, you know, throughout your life. Do you have any favorite artists that you really kind of helped spark your creativity, or you know, talk about that?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. Like growing up, like I'm only 32. Like growing up, I couldn't name you one black artist. Like, you know, they didn't teach about them in school or anything like that. So I just used to draw on like some comic books. Like, that was one of my biggest dreams, being a comic book artist or either a cartoonist and doing comic strips.
Yeah.
I remember I was in Miami one time. I used to go there for the summers when I was young. And I remember looking in the Sunday Comic and seeing this black cartoon for the first time. I was like, what is this? Like, I never seen like a kid with afros, another kid. It turned out to be the Boondocks.
Yeah.
And so early on, Aaron McGruder, the creator of the Boondocks, he's one of my early influences. And as I began to learn more about artists, about black artists out there, I began to follow artists like Basquiat and Kerry James Marshall, Derek Adams. There's a bunch of people out there. Who else do I like? Jordan Castile.
Okay.
So especially with having social media, and I'm able to connect with all these artists and speak to some of them. So my list is long now on influences.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. That's one of the beauty of social media, what that has done. You know, it's really opened the door, opened up those lines of communications, whereas before, you know, you probably wouldn't have access or any way to, you know, talk to these folks, man.
Oh, yeah.
You know? So, yeah, that's cool, man. So you talked about, you know, your influences. You talked about the mural project. Now you had, I want to talk about a little bit about your, you have a new addition to the family, right?
Oh yeah. Little boy, first boy.
Well, congratulations, man. Congratulations. Is
Thank
he,
you.
what's his name? If you don't mind sharing that.
His name is Khalif.
Khalif. Okay. That's a powerful name too. Khalif.
Okay.
All right. Well, shout out to Khalif, y'all. Everybody, shout out to the young Khalif. And you know, I hope he's doing well. It seems like he's doing well, and you know, he's doing well.
Yeah, he's doing good. He's strong, healthy, happy, smiling all the time.
That's what's up.
He had to do a little bit of time in the NICU, but he's doing. Other than that, he's doing perfect.
He's a young soldier.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Cool. That's good to hear, man. Well, congratulations on the birth of your boy. And I see your other kids too from your pictures, man. That you get them involved in what you do.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. How's that? Do they really vibe with that? Do they love what you do, or do they always kind of tag along with you?
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of, I guess, from being around it so much, really, like their whole lives, they just kind of gravitate toward it. So they're both artistically inclined. They like to draw and paint and build things out of cardboard, and so I'm always happy to see that they've picked up on some of my creative habits. And my wife also, we all do like creative stuff, crafts and all types of art around the house.
That's what's up. All right, so talk about your let's talk about some of the goals that you have. You know, what would be, and it can be, you know, whatever it is. What would be a, say, within 12 months? What would be one of your short-term goals?
Man, let's see. Like I always try to, I set like 5-year goals, kind of. It hasn't even been 5 years since I started, and I've already done so much. Right now, during this coronavirus, I'm not sure. what I want to do in 12 months, or if there'll be a 12 months. But I'll talk about some of my past goals
Okay, cool.
I've accomplished. So like one of my goals was always to exhibit my work in a museum. And so I've exhibited here in Jacksonville in the Rich Theater Museum. I have 2 pieces on display in South Africa right now, the Nelson Mandela Metropolitan Museum of Art. Another one of my big goals was always to have an art residency. And so this year I was accepted to 2 residencies, one in France and one in London. I'm not sure how they're going to work out with this coronavirus. It's coming up soon, but I was still accepted to them, so that's a good thing. I guess one of my future goals would be to have a residency at the Studio Museum of Art in Harlem. That's like one of my big ones right there.
That's what's up.
Maybe to get represented by some more galleries and stuff.
All right. So yeah, those are pretty I mean, you hit a lot of those targets, man. You know,
Yeah.
Already. You know, so that goes to show a lot about your, you know, not only your work, you know, obviously, but you know who you are as a person. You know, there's a lot about your character and you know what you bring to the table. So, you know, I always tell people all the time, when you do good things happen. You know.
Yeah.
And that's you know, that's so true. So, you know, let's backtrack a little bit about you know, we're going through this corona shutdown and this coronavirus issue. How has that changed things or influenced maybe your creativity or what you're working on, or how has that had any influence on, you know, what you've been doing creatively, artistic wise?
Yeah. I mean, it's really the same. Like I either work from home or work from a studio, so in that aspect, not much has changed. But creatively, I don't know. I just kind of been feeling drained. I think it's just from everything that I'm taking in. Like I'm always glued to the news and just trying to see what's going on in the world. So I think that's kind of clouding my creativity a little bit. So I'm not as productive as I normally am. But that's something I'm trying to work on, trying to focus more on the art and less on what's going on out there. But it's hard sometimes.
Yeah, that's yeah. So let me ask you this: do you do you practice meditation at all, or do you do anything along those lines?
Yeah, I meditate.
Okay. You want to talk about that? I mean, do you get, as a black male, all right, there's a stigma with like meditation, you know, a lot of times. You know, how do you know, talk about that a little bit?
I don't know. Like I don't I guess a lot of people don't know that I do it, like unless they ask. But I don't know, it's just something I kind of feel like I'm always in a meditative state. Like I'm always like the quiet one amongst my friends. Always real reserved and stuff. So I'm always like in a state of
reflection.
Reflection, or always observant of everything that's going on around me and stuff. And so like there are times when I'm just like in the studio and I'm not working on anything, but I just like to be here and just take everything in and be around all the art and just kind of go through all my thoughts and ideas.
It kind of says something when you are like physically in that space, right? It kind of helps you just like soak everything in, right? And
even if I'm not working on anything, I just like to be here.
Yeah, that's what's up, man. Well, that's a form of meditation just right there in and of itself.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah, absolutely, man. That's something I've been, you know, working on myself. One of my goals personally is just to, you know, do more. And meditation it takes place in many type of forms.
Oh yeah.
That's something I'm, you know, also growing into, you know, learning more as well. You know, but I think that came from my just you know, being in art. You know, if you have to, at least for me, you know, it's I take all these different influences, you know, and different, and I read a lot, you know, and follow the news, and just like, just my own personal life. You take all these things in, and that helps shape you who you are, and also, your work. So I like to ask that question with, with people. So thanks for, appreciate you sharing that, man. So the South Africa show. So you've been really getting outside of doing things that you normally done. So you're really growing, you're expanding.
Oh, yeah.
So you want to speak on that? The South Africa exhibition?
Yeah, so that one, there's a show that's been going on for like 25 years here in Jacksonville. It's called Through Our Eyes. And so every year they have this show. I've been in it twice. The previous show, so 2000, I think the last one was 2017. So that show, that's the one that's actually in Africa right now. Nelson Mandela Bay is the city over there in South Africa, where the art is, and that's like our sister city.
Okay.
This kind of art exchange program where at the end of our show, the show would go over to that museum, and then a show that they had over there come here to Jacksonville to our museum. So that's how that South Africa thing worked out.
Cool. So are there how many artists are in that exhibition?
There were probably about 27 of us, but they had the representatives from that museum come down and view the show, so they picked about 10 to 15 artists out of that 27 to be displayed over there in Africa.
Wow, and that's amazing. Yours got selected, man. That's what's up, man. So I have to take a look at that one. We'll definitely let the audience know, and I want people to see that one as well. So also, just real quick for the folks out there who are watching and listening, Chris Clark is also one of our artists in Mahogany Gallery. We're excited to have Chris, involved with the gallery, and just a phenomenal, young brother, and really up and coming on the art scene, and just a good person all across the board. So Chris, what I like to do too, and this time always goes fast, man, when we do these interviews. So we're already coming up on an hour, almost already, man, and we could be here for a couple more hours, man.
Oh, yeah.
About all things that relate to Black art and culture. So talk about what music, man. What music do you vibe to, man? Like when you're doing your thing.
I don't know. I pretty much listen to some of everything. The top three, I would say reggae. I gotta have my reggae.
Okay.
I like jazz. It's kind of like this new school jazz I listen to. Artists like Kiefer, Yusuf Days, artists like that. Kind of like more urban, more kind of like a hip hop vibe to it.
Gotcha.
And then I like to listen to like indie R&B, like a lot of R&B artists that you won't hear like in the mainstream and stuff.
So when you're doing your thing, you got that music pumping in the background, and you kind of just let it work its magic, right?
Yeah. I actually can't work without music. I tried. It doesn't work for me.
Yeah, that's what's up. I'm the same way. It's like, if it's not like, I just can't work in the silence, man. I just can't do it. So what I like to do next to Chris is I like to have talk with all my guests about. We do this word association game. So I throw out a word, and you tell me, the first thing that comes to mind. All right. All right, here we go. First word. God.
Art.
Okay. Love.
Family.
Black culture.
I'm trying to think of the right word.
You can come back to that.
Influential.
Is that again?
Influential.
That's powerful. Yeah, that's deep. Peace.
It's life.
Nice. That's what's up. And I got one more.
Okay.
Oil paint.
Oil paint?
Yeah, oil paint.
Oh man, it's rough.
That's what's up, man, Chris. Man, it's rough, huh? Yeah, that's something. That's a challenge to work with, man. You know, yeah, it is. But man, Chris, we're gonna go ahead and wrap it up, man. So I really appreciate you joining us in this edition of the special quarantine edition of Black Art and Culture with Scott Terry. So Chris, thanks again, appreciate it, and we definitely, when we get this edited and recorded, get it posted up. We're
Okay.
gonna share pictures of the mural and all your artwork as much as we can when we get this out there. So thanks a lot for joining us, and
Thanks for having me.
man, appreciate you, man, and keep it moving, brother. God bless.
I would. All right, man.
All right, man. Peace.
Appreciate it.